Hello everyone, welcome back to Baccarat for All. Um, Today is a very important day for us because we are going to be making a tutorial on how to use the Baccarat predictor, and we are going to explain you our approach to the game of Baccarat. Okay, but before to start explaining everything, I, I would like to explain how I did start playing in the casino. Because in the very beginning, when I was very young, when I was 18, 19 years old, I discovered the casino. Um, I'm not sure if I get lucky or unlucky because I discovered the casino. But the first day I went there, um, I used to live at that time in Lima, Peru. Um, Basically, I think I went to a casino that I think it shut down already. It was in one hotel. It's called Sheraton. Basically, I had $10. Um, I went there to play, slot machines, and I started playing like 0.01 or 0.05, very very little money. I actually hit the jackpot. Okay, I won $50. I got very lucky my first day. I think everybody who goes first time, most of the time get lucky. Okay, that was my the reason I got the I would say I wouldn't say the word engaged, but I I I just stay with it. So um, I started walking around and I see a big table with dice. People were throwing and betting. I saw people sit down and start shouting monkey, like for a big card. Then I saw people, I saw one room where it was a lot of Chinese people playing. I didn't understand what that's the game. I asked the name after they called me this Baccarat, okay? But I didn't go there to see. So basically, I went to casino. I play a little bit. Lucky I won. Um, I walk around just to see what is the game. So that day I was very happy. I think I made $40 profits. I was 18 years old. $40 at that time was a lot of money, at least for me. So so that's what I did. So that's why I like the casino. I went there. Okay, I made money, and I left. I was not a greedy person. I mean, young, you don't need too much. You just need to just enough to pay your beers, for the weekend. So that is more than enough. I mean, please don't think $40 is $40. What is it now? Like $40 probably here in the UK is like 32 pounds, and probably you have only, you know, basically for maybe five, six, five, five McDonald's. So it's not too much you have for five. So, but at that time, $40 in it was quite a lot. So it was quite a lot. It was you will have like a lot more McDonald's than what you can have now. Or just compare. Or probably I will have 10 McDonald's or 12 McDonald's, or maybe even more. Okay. But anyway, okay. So basically, I because I was in the university, I had a lot of time I, to spare. So basically, I start going to the casino, looking for it, and looking how does work, minimum bets, how people play. So I started watching and learning on how the guys. I start watching people how to play blackjack, and I always hear, oh no, when the dealer has six, you have to stop. You cannot pick a card, because he will bust. So I started analyzing. At that time when I was 18, it was the middle 90s, was 95, 95, 96, around that time. Um, we didn't have internet. We didn't have too much info. So there is nowhere where you could learn as fast as you can learn now. You can log in and you will learn. You can log in Google and you can start searching and you will find a lot of information. And some information are very very good. Some information are very vague. So some don't have importance. So some information are really really good. So it's up to you with your experience to see if that works or not work. Um, so basically, it depends of you. So at that time, what happened is not too many. There were not too much info, you know. More when I used to live in South America, than that the info came very very late. So um, internet is a game changer basically. Also, basically, whatever I learn is because I learn from practice. I I I saw some people who give me some tips, and I tried some tips and I didn't work. I tried another tips and they did work. So you start keeping the tips that work. Huh? The tips that doesn't work, you just throw them away. So you don't use them anymore. So they don't work. So you have them for future reference that you shouldn't use that. Um, and that is the way how I was learning. Huh? Um, uh, what I what I what I noticed straight away in casino is that when I was going, uh, I I used to go with $100. Yeah, because I would use dollars instead of pounds. Okay, because it's what I used to bet. In Peru, in South America, they don't use British pounds. They use dollars. Uh, So I go and in Peru they use dollars and soles, but at that time they used to use only dollars. They were not soles. Soles is the currency, Peruvian currency, but in casino they used to not. Now they do. Now they do. But at that time they didn't. So basically, I used to go $100 and try to make $20. I realized that when I was the casino, I was trying to win $20. I was successful most of the times, and when I tried to win 25 or 26, I lose my $100. Okay, that is what I noticed. So what I wanted to do all the time is going there, get my 20 quid, and going home. That was my target. It doesn't matter if I make my 20 quids in 2 minutes, or in 50 minutes, or in 1 hour, or in 6 hours. As soon as I reach my target, I leave. So basically, I understood and I cannot be greedy, so I cannot win. I cannot become rich in one day. I I understand that I have to be. I have my my target winning. So if I reach 20 pounds, I have to leave. And I understand as well that if I lose my money, my bankroll like I took the casino, I go back home. So nobody's playing me these things. Nobody's playing me these things. Now you have these stop loss and stop winnings and all of them online. So it's very easy for you to follow these rules in some way, and it will be a lot more easy for me. Discover these things by yourself is a lot more harder than than if somebody tells you. But obviously somebody tells you, sometimes you don't believe on on it, so you have to try because we humans are like that. Because, we we learn in three ways. Or we can listen to the people. Some people don't listen, so they cannot learn that way. Some people they do. The other one is for experience. You know, People learn from that, and some people learn watching. Some people learn watching and understand what they do. You know, so that is the three ways that I see people learn. No? I am a kind of person that I have learned for experience. I have learned for watching. Okay. The third way I was not very good. So those two ways I learned. So that is why when I play, I like to show because it's the way that it is easy for me to learn. So I imagine you or another viewer, they will learn in that way. So basically, when I was that age, I used to play all the games. I used to play roulette. I used to play blackjack. I used to play craps. Um, I start playing Baccarat a little bit later. Okay. Basically, I I gave up at that time. I gave up playing blackjack because in blackjack at that time I didn't know nothing about count cards. So I didn't know nothing about basic strategy. So so I realized that my good strikes, my winning strikes, they were not long enough. My losses were a lot more, a lot more. So um, luckily at that time I left the blackjack. So because I realized I couldn't win. I had a friend and he used to love playing blackjack. I and I think he was playing quite fair at that time, but he couldn't win. It is fun. It's a lot of adrenaline over there, playing blackjack. But with the information that we have, now you have basic strategy. The people teach you how to count cards, so everything changed. Now I probably it's a good way to play. But casino has the counter thing, so make your life impossible, and that's all. So I mean, if you can do it, you do it. If you can't, you don't. It is up to you, really. But then I would prefer to play craps. I would prefer craps. Play craps instead of blackjack. I have a very good rank in craps. Um, I was not so difficult. It's like you just need to win like two in a row or three in a row to reach your your units. Your four units. No? Um, Roulette was another game. But actually I would like to finish with the craps. So I make a nice article in I haven't put it up, but I wrote the story of craps. Why I stopped playing craps? Because the craps for me, um, what I have learned, or at least in the casino that I went to play, the I would say the craps was not a fair game. So I think casino were cheating in some way. Um, and I will explain you why. Basically, I go there to play. I can win one, two, three, four times, five times, six times. I can win two, three, lose another two, win another three, lose another four. And one day I went there and I I used to go every day. At some point, like 4 or 5 months in a row, every day from Monday to Friday. So I started becoming a friend of the dealers. Huh? And one day I told them, "Okay, guys, listen, let's go for a drink after you finish work." And that day, it happened something fantastic, something that it never happened in my life. So I played craps all night. Basically, I was doing bet of £5 or $5. Okay, so I I used to be a flat better, so I didn't change my bet. I go $100. I have 20 units. I bet $5. Um, that day I made $240. Okay, if you realize you go every day, you win two, you lose three, you win three, you lose two, and then you in one day you make $240. Then it's like 48 units. Okay, 48 units. Yeah, 48 units. You feel like you are, wow, you play amazing this game, and when you realize it's not possible to win 48 times. 48 is my betting to the pass line. And you are the only player on the table. That's telling you a lot of things. It's like it's not normal. It's not a normal result. So I I mean I'm sure that the dealers maybe won't win that day in some way. I don't know how. I don't know how. Um, and I try to figure out. No, not at that moment. When I try to figure out is the very next day because the okay, you can be lucky. You can win 48 units. So basically, okay, we went out. We have a nice party with the dealers. Nice guys. You know, but one of them didn't go. I remember his name was Juan. He was the only one who didn't go, and it's very curious. Very curious. Um, and the so basically we have a nice party, and very next day, a little hangover or whatever. Nighttime. I mean, a little hangover. I went back to play craps, and so basically that day, so is I normally go with $100, to the casino, but because I woke up very late, maybe a little hangover, all my winnings for the day before I put in my pocket. Okay, I put in my pocket. So I actually that day was so I took all. Normally I always take out my money from pocket, and I keep my bankroll, my starting bankroll in my wallet, and keep my winnings at home. And this time I didn't do because I mean I woke up late, hangover. I don't know exactly the excuse. I don't know, or maybe the confidence I won the day before. So anyway, I had the 220 pounds or 210 pounds because I obviously I spent some money. Actually, 200, 320, something like that, no? Because or 300, something like that. I don't know how much money I read, but around $280, I'm sure that I had there. Because, okay, perfect. I went there to casino. Obviously, all the guys were, and it was for first time. I see the casino manager uh, dealing dealing as a crap dealer. Okay, that was weird for me. I never saw that one. And second, the other dealer that who was going to pass the dice to the player with the stick. It was the only one who passed you the who passed you the who was the only one who didn't go to the party. It was who passing the dice. So both of them they were passing me the dice all night. Basically, I start playing five. Like I always play $5, $5, $5. Every main pass line. That day I lost all money. You know, so basically I lost more units than I won in the day before. Um, and that is where it's not a good result, and that is not a normal result. Um, so that is not a normal result. Okay. So how is possible I win in one night, and the very next day I lose. Um, Between my long stretch lost, I won only one time. So basically, I won one time, then I lost again. Uh, I I noticed a few things. I noticed a few things. Um, like every time that this dealer Juan, okay, and like he has more speed in his hand because he practiced more than the manager. He was hitting the dice in some way that it was making to come seven when I already have a point. When my number to win is eight, he may hitting the dice in some way. You can believe me or you can't believe me, okay? But I know my results, so I'm just telling you my story. If something happened to you, you know that this happened. This was in the 90s. Probably the technology has changed. Casinos make tricks in different ways now, and I do believe they make tricks because it's the greedy money, greedy money. Um, so okay, what I was going to tell you, I was telling you is like these guys they were passing me the dice and I was not winning. I was not winning. I couldn't I just won one all night. This um when the manager the reason why I noticed this that they were hitting the dice in some way is because the manager he was not very good with the stick, so he had to take his time. So I could see how he was hitting the dice in some way. In some way, he was hitting the dice, boom, with the stick. Um, like charging them, something like that. So at the end, the story is at that night because they normally they rotate the dealers. One dealer change the station. At that night, only those two guys they were moving. That was very weird for me. That was very weird. Obviously, they might think, oh, we got our 200 pounds back, by $200 back. It's like silly thing. But anyway, I actually appreciate they did that, you know, because I understood they were cheating me. They were cheating me. I mean, they didn't cheat me the months before, but they cheat me. They cheat me. They cheat me. So I'm 100%. Oh, basically what basically I I try to to figure out how they do this, and the best way to they do is like if you have an eraser, okay, if you have a magic cube, yeah, if you have a magic cube, it's a figure of six sides, yeah, it's same as a dice. But if you have a ruler, these rulers like it's not like proper square; they are rectangle. Basically the difference is that one side is shorter than the other one, so means that one side will come more often than the other one. So basically, what they were doing is they were making small difference between one side to another side, just to make sure that side came often than the other one. So for our eyes, for our eyes, we might not notice, but that small millimeter, when you smash the dice make a make a change. So the game is not fair. So all the sides cannot go. So how you could notice that, for example, if you go to a table, craps table, and you start playing with the same dice because they normally have five and let you choose two. At the end of the night or middle of the night after 4, 5, 6 hours, if they do not change the dice, if they do not change the dice, uh, you will notice a tendency of, for example, when it comes seven, you or any number is probably numbers. Sorry, I will explain again. When you play craps, uh, they start smashing the dice. Uh, uh, at the end of the night, for example, if somebody were playing uh, 5, 6, 8, 9, like betting 5, 6, 8, 9, the numbers will the seven that will come more often will have always one and six. It's crazy that. But if you see somebody who is playing field all the time, you will see that it's coming more 4, 3 as a seven. So it's very very incredible these things, but you have to see to believe. So you might not believe what I'm saying. You might think I am a crazy person. But anyway, like I say, some people believe, some people don't believe. But I'm telling you my experience. I didn't play. I stopped playing dice. And there is beautiful strategies in craps in the in YouTube. Okay, I explain you why I stopped blackjack because the runs were not very good. You play, every four hands you normally lose three and win one. Okay, so it was not my kind of game. So, and the other game that I play a lot was roulette. Roulette, I was playing roulette. Um, Roulette was one of the games that I really got impressed, and I really like it. The the only I didn't like of roulette is the adrenaline. When you play adrenaline, when you play roulette, you have this as when you see the wheel going and the ball goes, there you get anxious. You get anxious. So that is the only part that you're like, and it coming next door is horrendous. Huh? When you bet one number and 33 and come 8 or 10, next door or 5, it's so painful. Anyway, um, roulette was good for me. I used to bet red, black, dozens. Yeah, I want to make 20 units. That's all. Just see my statistic. Okay, if it's coming too many low numbers, I go for the high numbers. If it's coming too many blacks, okay, I bet red. Or if it's coming four blacks, okay, I will bet black. I just follow the tendency. It depends how everything goes. Um, Very rare I used to bet numbers, but at least at the beginning. Um, and roulette was very very interesting. Is um I will tell you a small story about roulette. Two stories about roulette. Okay, two stories about roulette. So I was in my holidays, and most of my friends they used to like casino and they used to play. 18, 19 years old, don't have nothing to do, have a little bit of money or save all your money. You have a small job. I mean, you have your $100 you go. So basically, um, what we did is okay, we make a plan. Okay, let's go to every casino in the city and let's make $20 in each casino. We make $100 a day, and that's all. Let's do that. No? And funny thing is, um, we did that for because we were on holiday. We normally don't do that. We normally didn't do that. But so we say, okay, let's go casino six casinos. We make or five casinos. We make $20 in each. We make $100. So okay, we went for casino. Okay, everybody won. Whatever. We went to the second casino. And this casino was a little bit creepy. It's first time that I was there. And some of the guys win, some of the guys lost, and I lost. I lost in roulette basically. Do you enjoy? Do you enjoy? Obviously, when you lose, you don't enjoy, but I didn't enjoy. I really didn't like. I didn't like. So when I lost that, okay, I lost my $300. Okay, let's try again, but we don't go to a casino. So next day, Tuesday, we went there, but I lost again, my $100. Um, all the emotion with the guys next to, we were too positive. At the end, to make sure this story, I I went, until Saturday, 6 days in a row, and the 6 days, I lost the 6 days, my $100 to doing that silly thing. So basically, I lost my my all my bankroll, $600. So I couldn't play for 3 months. I couldn't play for 3 months, so I had to collect some money and save some money, collect some money. Basically, I lost my $600. Um, okay, that's all. That's all. So basically, oh my goodness, I was like, oh, so bad, so bad. So funny thing, after 3 months, I went back to casino and I say, okay, I will this time I will get my money back. I say, oh. I went to the biggest casino in Lima and actually start playing. I start playing, and I got so lucky because I got so lucky. I started betting numbers and all those things, and I hit my numbers. I was everything I bet, I won. At the end, I won £660. So basically, I got all my money back, all my bankroll back. I realized the, the roulette was too much up and down, up and down, up and down. And so I was like, okay, I I gave up blackjack. I gave up dice, craps. And I am giving up roulette. It was too much exciting, too much adrenaline. I really couldn't cope that. I wouldn't cope with that. So, oh, what is my other option? So I went there to this game. This game was very simple. This game was very simple. I start learning. I sit down next to a Chinese guy who loved the game, and they explain me the rules. They explain what I need to do, and they told me, you bet tie, you bet bank, you bet player. So they explain very simple thing. I say, okay, oh, okay. So in this game, I have it basically was red and black, and yes, the tie is green. Okay, but the green doesn't take your money. So I say, okay, this is better. If when I was betting red and come zero, I lose all my money. So here was like that. So here, oh, come green and my money. So I stay in that game. Okay, I stay in the game. I realized it was a lot more easy to make $20 in that game than in blackjack or in roulette or in craps. So basically, that is why I found out Baccarat, and I stay playing Baccarat. Play going with $100 and make 20 make for. And that is what I was doing. I make my go with my $100, make my 4 units. It's $20, and going back home. So when I discovered that game, I said, okay, this is a game that if I am patient, you know. Basically, what I used to do, you will be my strategy was very simple. Every time came, after one player, one banker. After one player and one banker, I used to bet banker. That was my strategy. It's simple. Player banker, bet banker. If for example come player banker, I fail player, I will wait until appear a second bank. And then after that point, I start making after one player, one banker, bet bank. It was very simple strategy, very simple. And it worked for me. It worked for me, And the reason why I was doing it is because all the people around there say, oh, bank has more probabilities to come. That is why. So that is the way how I start playing Baccarat. Okay. Um, but I will finish the second story of roulette. Why is the reason I stopped playing roulette? Uh, in my 30s, yeah, yeah, they were all my 30s. Yeah, in my 30s, I, um, I went to casino. At that time, you used to play soles. Okay, I had like 3,000 soles. It's not too much, 3,000 soles in my pocket. Um, I mean, it's it's good amount, but it was not too much really for what I have learned at night. Um, Basically, in 3,000 soles for you to have an idea is around 600 pounds. You're like 800, $900 around that money. Okay, so it's not too much. Okay, it's not too much for at least for me at that point. Then I was gambling. It was not too much. But anyway, well, my intention was not to lose that money. Okay, my intention was not to gamble that money. Because at that time I used to play poker. Okay, but I'm not talking about poker. I'm just talking about games against casino. So basically, I say, okay, I will start playing. I will start playing roulette. So I start playing roulette, and I start betting five numbers, five numbers, five numbers, five numbers, five numbers, five numbers. And basically, I lost the 3,000 soles betting five numbers. So I was betting five numbers, and for one sol. Okay, so basically, if you divide 3,000 with five, divide five, it's we are talking about um, 900. Sorry, 600. 600 times I lost in a row playing roulette. 600 times I lost in a row, and then I figured out that the game is rigged, or at least in that casino was rigged. You cannot lose 600 times. It's not a normal result. Um, so this normal result, yeah, some people will say, yeah, it's normal result. If you bet five, you have no, it's very unlikely, very unlikely. But it did happen. It did happen. Um, 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 it is not like I saw very good players. Some play roulette, but in my case, I was a right player. I was not too bad. I was a right player, but 3,000 soles betting five by five. Nah, I realized the game is uh, that game is it was not fair anymore. So that is the reason why I stopped roulette. I don't play this game, and that way I stay in Baccarat. Um, it doesn't mean that the casino might not be cheating at you. It doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean that it's a fair game. It might not be a fair game. Who knows? But I saw a few examples, and we are going to study those examples in YouTube, and they are real. They are real. At least one is real, 100% real. Um, I'm going to share all that information here, so for you to be open, you have an open mind about what casino does. So, um, okay, so basically this is my experience, and I wanted to share with you. So, so the these videos are going to be a little bit long, but they will be very useful. So that is the reason why I stopped playing all those games, and I why is staying Baccarat. Okay, I'm going to explain you more in the next part of our videos. Okay, see you in a bit. Bye.